Okay, we're back. Huh. My thing said it didn't share on Twitter. Let's talk about Tranquil. Let's talk about Tranquil. Let's be tranquil. Let's be tranquil. Whoops. Get your face in the screen, not your living room. Hey, Lisa. How are you? Hello, everybody. Let's talk about some Tranquil oil. So this is a roll-on. It's available as a roll-on. Lots of people use it for sleeping. My name's Michelle Wolf. Good morning, Sarah. Are you done with your class? You can find me at caddyshackdesigns.com. There is a tab at the top for Young Living Essential Oils. All the tabs at the top will let you know what I do. So, let's talk about Tranquil oil. Here's the website, caddyshackdesigns.com. All kinds of stuff on there. Tranquil comes in this pretty packaging now. Oh, 12:30. So you got plenty of time. This is a beautiful roll-on. My daughter-in-law Sarah uses it for anxiety. It smells good. I think it smells good. Let's talk about it, and then I'll talk about Cedar Wood. It has Cedar Wood in it. So I will use it during the day, but I won't use it for sleep. If you're sensitive to melatonin, try it and see. But it doesn't do me any favors for sleeping. But during the day, it will calm me down. So Tranquil Roll-On, and I'm reading to you from this book, which you can get at Life Science Publishing. It is lifesciencepublishers.com. It's a great book. It comes in a bunch of different sizes. This is just the handiest one. So, Tranquil has lavender, cedar wood, Roman chamomile. In a roll-on applicator, provides convenient and portable relaxation and stress relief. I actually wish they had more of the blends in the roll-on. You can get a little roll-on, you can buy those little attachments to put on like your regular little bottles of oil. They can be kind of hard to get on there, but so I wish they would offer more in a roll-on. You can get stress relief and breathe again and Tranquil in a roll-on. So this blend is effective in reducing restlessness, decreasing anxiety, and inducing a calming feeling to mind and body. The Roman chamomile and lavender, all three of those are really well known for being relaxing and can be useful in promoting sleep and as well as reducing stress. So I do know a lot of people that use Tranquil for sleeping. They just roll it behind their ears before they go to bed, like back here, and then report that it works really well for sleeping. So it has lavender in it first. Traditional medicine of many cultures, we know that lavender has enormous benefits to us for anxiety and stress. One of the most versatile of the essential oils, lavender can be applied topically or used for aromatherapy to for aromatherapy to contribute to overall relaxation. This oil doesn't come in your premium starter kit. If you're ordering a starter kit, it's something that we'd have to add on. I don't remember it being particularly expensive. So the next oil is cedar wood, which has a very high level of sesquiterpenes, which can act directly on the limbic system in the brain to induce relaxation and calmness. Like conifer oils, cedar wood provides a feeling of grounding that contributes to relaxation. It can also be applied topically, diffused, or inhaled directly. So it's that same effect with the spruce oils and the pine blends and the blends that have those spruce and pine and cedar in there. It's the same effect you get from walking in the forest or going for a hike or just being out among trees. You get that, and that's scientifically documented as well. Just being around those trees can lower all kinds of things. I was about to say something non-FDA approved. None of these statements have been evaluated by the FDA. Please use with your own discretion. You know how you feel when you walk in the woods, that extra special forest feeling? That's what you can get with the cedar and the spruce and the pine oils. It's the same effect. The Northern Lights Black Spruce, cannot recommend it highly enough. It's not super expensive, and it is a powerfully wonderful knock your socks off oil. Not an oil topic for this discussion, though. Okay, so cedar wood. So then next is fractionated coconut oil. So it's already diluted, the roll-on is, so that you can just slap it on there and not have to worry about diluting it or anything. Then Roman chamomile has traditionally been used to calm and soothe small children. I don't know about you, but I feel like a small child when I'm getting grumpy and anxious, so might as well work for adults too. It combats restlessness, tension, and insomnia. So it says apply liberally to temples, neck, or wrists as needed. I don't know if I would put it on my temples or just maybe a teeny bit, because that's not, that's right by your eyes. I don't know if that's smart. So maybe behind the ears would be better. Or maybe on your chest where you could smell it. So the thing about cedar wood, and I'm going to read cedar wood by itself. I'm going to look it up here. Dab on your finger, then put it on your temples. Smart. So let's read about cedar wood. So the thing about cedar wood is, it is said that it acts like melatonin. When I used to work overnights, which was horrible, by the way, a lot of people used melatonin tablets for sleeping, and it worked really well. There are a few people that are sensitive to melatonin, and I believe that cedar wood does work like that, because what happens is if I use this or cedar wood, I have nightmares, which is the exact same thing that happens if I take a melatonin tablet. So for me and my skeptical brain, I was like, well, there's some proof right there that for me personally, this oil acts like a melatonin tablet, which means it must be doing what they say it does. So if you try it and you may have an increase in dream activity that's not unpleasant. If you use it and you have an increase in dreams or nightmares that's really unpleasant, well, don't use it. It's a pretty simple fix. But if you already know that you do well on melatonin, this is a great natural substitute for it, cedar wood. Or you can buy cedar wood plain. So let's look here. Let's look here and see what we have about cedar wood by itself. I haven't ever put it on the twins. I've used Gentle Baby and Peace and Calming, Lavender, Stress Away on the twins since they were babies. Well, they're still babies, but little babies. And those work great. I haven't had a need to try Tranquil, but I would not... Actually, I don't know if I would, because then I wouldn't know if they were sensitive to melatonin. And I don't know that babies need their melatonin raised. I don't know. Use your own judgment. Okay. Cedar wood source comes from Morocco and from the United States. Cedrus atlantica is the species most closely related to the biblical cedars of Lebanon. It's steam distilled from bark. Throughout antiquity, cedar wood has been used in medicines. The Egyptians used it for embalming the dead. It was used as both a traditional medicine and incense in Tibetan medicine. Let's just say anxiety, stress, restlessness, grumpiness maybe would be a good use for cedar wood. It is said to stimulate the limbic region of the brain, which is where your emotions are. Stimulates the pineal gland, which releases melatonin. I do have to believe that's true, given how I react to it and when I know that I have a sensitivity to melatonin. Terry Friedman, Friedmann, MD found in clinical tests that this oil may treat. You can Google his name and find the study for yourself. It's recognized for its calming, purifying properties. I hate having to be so careful about government stuff. You know what? Screw it. I don't know. It makes me feel really conflicted and weird not to be able to say whatever I want to say because I don't want to have to deal with getting a cease and desist letter. The biblical reference for cedar wood is weird, but I'll read it to you anyway. It comes from Leviticus 14:4. Then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed 2 birds, alive and clean, and cedar wood and scarlet and hyssop. Yeah, that's kind of gross. And it's talking about, if you're going to have a bird for dinner or a sacrifice, whatever. Put some cedar wood on it. Let's just skip that part. That's the trouble with live TV. You can't rewind and go, I'm kind of sorry I read that. The Old Testament has some, it's a strong book in certain parts. Never mind. And I'll probably have chicken for dinner, so it's really hypocritical of me to be like, I don't want to talk about birdie sacrifice. And I'm probably going to eat one later. That probably doesn't have cedar wood on it. Eek. I'm actually not going to eat one later. Okay. So we read about Roman chamomile last week. I will own my hypocrisy when it comes to animals. I am a raging hypocrite. And I don't feel good about it. But I haven't found the right answer yet. Roman chamomile is very, very, very relaxing. If you're having trouble sleeping, it is so hard. It's so hard. The whole animal subject is just hard all the way around. Should we have them as pets? I don't know. We've made them as pets. There's a whole different ethical tangle I can get myself into because I overthink things. Maybe I should slap on some Tranquil. Maybe Tranquil helps with overthinking ethical issues. Roman chamomile is a powerful, powerful oil. So I would say if you are sensitive to cedar wood, try the Roman chamomile just by itself. Or maybe Roman chamomile and lavender mixed together without the cedar wood. I would put it in a diffuser. Those oils are pretty strong. In the Tranquil, it's already diluted, so you don't have to worry about it. But you could put 2 drops lavender, 2 drops Roman chamomile in the diffuser, put it in the bedroom, see how that works. Or you can make your own little dilution. Is that right? Dilution. It sounds wrong. You can make your own sleepy bedtime mix if you took coconut oil and put it in a baby food jar or a little jar. Yeah, right? For some reason it sounded wrong. Mix up your lavender and Roman chamomile in a little coconut oil, and then you could just put that, again, a little bit on your fingers or on your chest or wrists or whatever, if you wanted to put it on your body. But I find that the diffuser works really well, just in the room. I have put it by the bed when we were using chamomile for my husband's sleeping and / anger issues. I should probably stop talking. Okay, guys. It's a pretty simple oil. There's 3 oils in it. It's not complicated. Lavender's very well known. Cedar wood, I read to you, it's a little less known. Roman chamomile, think chamomile tea, warm blankets, fuzzy slippers. I love chamomile. I love it a lot. I love the German chamomile the most. It's a powerful, powerful smell, though. I get myself in trouble with this mouth part. So we did, and I'm probably flipping back and forth and making that annoying paper sound let me just skim over Roman Chamomile in case you didn't see it last week, because it is such a great oil. I really love for people to have at least one of the chamomiles in their oil collection, because it's so wonderful, especially if you have children. You just really can't go wrong with the chamomiles. Okay, so just real quick, it's a relaxant. It relieves restlessness, anxiety, depression, insomnia, mild cases of the blues, as they would have us say, sleeping problems, the occasional sleepless night, and skin stuff. So the chamomiles are good for inflammatory feelings like anger and irritation and grumpiness, and inflammatory thoughts, like if you're thinking critical and grumpy, and it's a calming oil. So think anti-inflammatory for thoughts and emotions and attitudes and grumpy days. I was trying to see where this one comes from. The Roman Chamomile in Young Living Oils comes from Utah and France. The farms in Utah, well, in France too, if you're a world traveler, you can tour the farms and see the plants that are going into your oils and verify for yourself that they're organic. And I mean, the lavender is hand weeded. I'm really grateful that I don't have to do that job. I'm really glad somebody else is out there hand weeding my lavender. So anyway, just a short oil scope. If you're having occasional trouble sleeping, some periodic restlessness or grumpy days, or if you have grumpy little children running around, this is one that Catherine asked me on Facebook, and I had forgotten. I thought I used German chamomile, but I actually used this on our Grumpy Cat Grit. What I did was, with animals, they need the teensiest bit, so I just put some in my hand, rubbed my hands together. When the oil was almost gone, then I gave her a swipe down her back. Hey, I think Michelle and Ben hopped on and I forgot to say hello. Grit is a tortoiseshell cat, which they're known for their moodiness and snippy. They're a little bit snippy. They're a lot snippy. This helps her, actually. She will get into weird tears where she's running around and running past each of the boys and like swatting them for no apparent reason. And if I happen to be in her path, she'll swat me too. Her cat daddy is the only one who gets away with not ever getting swatted by her. But if I can grab her from behind quickly so that I don't get swatted, a little swipe of this, even on her tail, because that's usually all I get, because she'll see me coming and runs away, and I can just do a little quick swipe around her tail. I don't pull her tail. I don't put any pressure on her tail, but a little bit of swipe, and she will calm down. So the chamomiles are good for animals, too. Lavender's good for animals, too. Cats, I know, typically, from what I hear, are fond of lavender, and they are in our house. If I have lavender in the diffuser, they will kind of hang out in the area where the diffuser is, so they really like it. Dr. Melissa Shelton is a vet who's done extensive research on oils and animals. She started out with putting lavender on cotton balls and then clipping that to the, dogs, kids, who doesn't love lavender? She'd put on a cotton ball and then put it on their cage, like when they were waiting for procedures or to be seen, and she noticed how they responded to it. And then she's also done a lot of extensive blood work with animals and research in oils, so find her if you are interested more in specifics about animals. The key thing about animals is don't use it too much. Use far, far less than you think you need. Same with kids. Kids just don't need very much. We actually don't need very much. We get in that thing of, well, if one swipe is good, then we just swipe it all over and then cram it up our nose. We don't need that much. We just need a little. Scent and our brains are very responsive. These are very concentrated oils. You just need a teeny bit, and it will work for you. So there you go. That's all I've got. Tranquil, roll on. This is a new one, so I'm not going to open it. I think the packaging has actually changed, but here's about the size of it with the little roller ball attachment. Okay? Any questions? Babbling away at you for 15 minutes. The coffee has kicked in is the problem. It's awesome. It's awesome. It actually smells really good too. It really does smell good. Some of the oils, got a little funk to them, but this one smells super good. Yay! You're welcome. Nina, are you using Tranquil or just the Cedar Wood? Or Dreamcatcher? Are you using Tranquil? Okay. Somebody just started using Tranquil that I know and is really liking it. I can't remember who. All right, peoples. See you tomorrow again with the twins. Big Magic book. I might try and wait until they take a nap so I can actually speak to you tomorrow, but we'll see. We have to wing it on Twin Days. We just have to roll with it. So have a great Sunday. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Have a great class later, Sarah, and enjoy. You have a friend who's used it for years and loves it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bye.